Hey guys, it's McLean again. So in the last video we did this code right here. We had a for each loop and we were checking every individual letter in input to see if it was equal to G. Well, that's not really a helpful function. Sometimes you may have to actually check if you may have to look at each individual letter and you're looking for a whole bunch of letters. Let's say you're looking for G or A or B or C or D, and you could do it up here. You could do if letter is equal to G or letter is equal to quote unquote A. And by the way, that's the or delineator. This is or, and then if you want to do if you want to have it if it's equal to G and A, that would never happen, but you could do that like the and statement. So that's how you do and to meet two conditions, and or if you want it to meet either letters equal to G or is equal to A. But you could also do it, you'd have to write out, if you wanted to check for B, C, and D as well, if letters equal to B, and all the way down, do all those. That's a lot of code, especially because you keep rewriting if and letters equal to B. It'd be better if you could just write a more simpler, a shorter way of writing out all those individual cases. Well, that's going to lead us right into the switch statement, which I have here. And the switch statement is pretty straightforward. It checks for all sorts of cases based on whatever you want to input. So you can see I wrote out switch here, and I'm switching my governing type. The expression that I'm checking is input, so the string that I enter. And then I open up, and then I wrote out case, and then I have these quotation marks, and I have G here. That's the same thing as me saying if input is equal to quote unquote G. That's the exact same thing. And so, but you can see that's a lot less code I had to write. All I had to write was case G instead of if input, and then I got to open it all up again. Instead, I just wrote case G colon right line match dash 2. And then I break. You have to, that's key, you have to write the word break semicolon, because otherwise switch will continue going through all of these and it'll never end. It'll just be stuck in this loop forever, and you'll never get anything useful out of it. So at the end of every case you have to write break colon to tell it to like move on past it, like you found your case, you're done. That's what break essentially does. And so then then I have G and H, but neither of those are helpful. What if I wanted to write out match dash 2 for G, H, B, and A, for not G and H? What if I wanted to write out match dash 2 for G, A, and B? All I have to do is I write case quote A and I write case quote B. And it's that simple. It knows that, and so now I'm saying for all three of these cases, if you get G, you get A or B, write out match dash 2 and end break. So that's what that does. So let's just try this out just to kind of show you guys. Oop. And mono. So let's enter H. We get the match, and that was not match dash 2. Let's enter G. We get match dash 2, A, match dash 2, and B. What happens if I enter C, though? Nothing happens. How do I handle those cases, the cases where what I'm expecting it to be or what I think it should be isn't in there? Well, you can write out, it's as simple as writing default colon right line no match. Default essentially takes everything that you haven't written a case for. So we have cases, we tell it what to do for G, A, B, and H. And then default will handle everything when it's not equal to G, A, B, or H. It'll write out no match. So that's what default does. It's kind of like the else statement, like if it's not this, the else do this. that's essentially what default is. So just to show you guys here as well, enter number, we got G, okay. Now let's enter F. No match. So that's what default does. And you can do a couple other things. So you could do this with numbers and other kinds of things. Obviously, you could do there's a whole lot of capabilities with the switch statement, but I just kind of wanted to introduce you guys to it first. And that's really all I wanted to do in this one. Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't be sure to watch the next video.